when 1.4 was released, there was a little bit of user difficulty. The average people out there, tech support channels seem to get a little bit more activity with 1.4. Is 1.5 expected to be a little more performant? Is it going to be an easier install for the users, possibly less bugs? I'm expecting it would be, because there's not much changes on how it's installed, right?
1.5 definitely fixes some user interface bugs, but it doesn't fix all of the bugs that we're aware of on the front end. There's another group and a larger group of bugs that get fixed when we move to Shelly, and so we'll get some improvement on those. But some of them made more sense to fix in the new code base on Cardano Shelly. So we know some people are suffering with those, and we hate that, but we have to get to the next version of the software, and so that's the choice we made. Hard choices in some cases to move it forward and fix those on the next version of the code base for Shelly.
Yeah, you can't make the omelet without breaking some eggs, but I do got to hand it to the tech support channels. There's been a lot of folks out there helping the users, and people have been getting involved. And when they do have problems with installation, they can get on the community tech support in the IHK and the Zendesk to get that sorted out. So what type of changes are we expecting in 1.5? What types of bugs have been fixed?
So as we were saying earlier, the main thing is the OBFT, but yeah, there are, particularly in the Daedalus front end, a whole bunch of small feature improvements and bug fixes. Just to give you some statistics here, on the front end team have closed 74 internal tickets and filed 77 pull requests containing over 1,000 code change commits. So some of the features that are in, there's improvements to logging, which sounds really boring, but it will make Neville's life a lot easier with the tech support. It'll be much easier for the tech support guys to see what is going on. There's some improved performance in the user interface with rendering of large lists of transactions, which also means that Daedalus now can display any number of transactions, where previously it had a sort of hard limit of 500. There's some improvements to status screens when the node is doing block consolidation, which is trying to compact the size of its on-chain disk structures. There's better multi-language support for the installers. There's better handling of certain error conditions. It was reported to the user in a much easier to understand way. There's improvements to the way clock handling is managed. Ouroboros requires everyone's clocks to be in sync. You have to run NTP, the Network Time Protocol. And so this is something we always have to check for. And sometimes these things throw up errors. And so there's an improvement in how those kinds of errors are detected and reported to the user. There's improvements to how file lock handling is managed, which means that you don't run into some errors where it says, there's an existing existing instance of Daedalus running, it just does the right thing. And there's some improvements to support page links with how you file bug reports from within Daedalus. And then there's a whole list of bugs that have been fixed as well. So there's no one individual major thing, but there's a healthy collection of improvements and fixes.
Okay, that sounds good. So if a user is still running 1.1 or 1.2, because there are some out there who haven't upgraded since earlier 2018, they can just jump straight to 1.5 and the migration will take place, and that little bit of a wallet change, that'll all take place, good to go?
That's right, yes. I mean, if your existing Daedalus installation is still running and working, you can use the in-app upgrade mechanism, or you can go straight back to the Daedalus website and just download the new version. And if you're comparing to like 1.1, all the way up to 1.5 or 1.4 that we have out right now, there's really a significant collection of differences. Taking across that long period of time, there's been a lot of improvements. So yeah, if you were having big problems with it before, come back and try it again. There's really been a lot of things that we've improved, and a new batch of improvements in the 1.5 release due out soon.
That sounds good. So they won't have to do a stepped upgrade. They won't have to go from 1.1 to 1.2 to 1.3. They can just
if you go back to the Daedalus website, you can download the latest version, go straight to it.